What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? How you all doing? Oh, right. I had to grab myself a cup of coffee. It's been a while, but I wasn't going to forget the coffees, you know what I mean? Tea. Tea's just out the window at the moment. I'm too tired for tea. Just need coffee injected. Oh, it's better. How's it going, Az? Thanks for dropping in. Oh, big stretch, big stretch. Get out of reading mode. I've just been reading the BFG to my daughter, so I was enjoying it, to be honest. Almost wasn't going to stop, but I need to get this built. Here we go. So, what am I doing? I am building. I'm building a new PC, basically. I'm building a new. Let's have a look at that. It's alright. YouTube's saying that the bitrate's low, but it can kiss my butt because my internet's not great anyway. Nothing I can do about that. So hopefully it's not flickering too much or anything else. So we'll see. Anyway, yeah. So I'm building a PC. I'm building a mini ITX PC as well. Yeah, I'm building mini ITX because I don't want to build a huge desktop PC. I've got no room for one. A laptop would be great with but a laptop with a decent graphics card and like decent spec. You're pushing you're talking over £2,000 for the kind of thing that I want. So I can't do that because I can't afford that. It's crazy. So I need somewhere in between. That's why I started looking at ITX, the mini ITX stuff, and I came up with this little collection basically. I'm going for Ryzen as well. I'm going for AMD Ryzen processing, which I've never had before. I've always had Intel, but I'm going for Ryzen stuff. Battery builds, scooter builds, printing stuff. Yeah, it sounds like scooter builds, man. Scooter builds. You building scooters? Sounds good. I want to get around to that scooter thing. I'm still building Miss Daisy, so I need to crack on with that. But I'm gonna get this built first. Yeah, this graphics card wise, I was toying what I was gonna buy really, and I've ended up getting a second-hand Quadro RTX 4000. That's what I've gone with. Several reasons that I've gone with a Quadro RTX card or a Quadro card. Definitely RTX at the moment. I wasn't going to buy an older Quadro card. I've gone with a Quadro RTX 4000 because I want something with decent graphics processing power. Obviously, I want it for streaming. It's good. It's got the NVENC encoders on it, which a lot of the Nvidia cards have got on now, right back to like the 900 series and stuff. But I wanted to get I wanted to pick up a card that was... The difference with the NVENC encoders on the Quadro stuff is you have unlimited encodes, basically. Whereas the other GeForce RTX stuff, the 1080, the 2080, all of those, they've all got limited streams, so you can only have like 2 streams of encoding, 3 streams of encoding. I just kind of wanted to push it to its limits. I do know that you can actually kind of break the... or not break, but... you can put a custom driver on the GeForce cards to actually free it up, and so it actually will do unlimited streams. But I didn't want to get into messing with the GeForce drivers to try and get it to do something it shouldn't do. So I just didn't. Basically, I just picked up a second-hand RTX 4000. I wasn't going to get a new one because they're expensive as hell. Along with the 5000, when you go to RTX 5000, they're like second-hand. They're like £1,000. It's just like no way. So I wanted a Quadro, I wanted an RTX card. This is the kind of, the best option I had. They go for about 600 odd quid on eBay, and I managed to get it off a guy for 450 quid. So I think I got kind of a good deal, but I haven't plugged it in, so it may be dead as a dodo. I'm hoping it's not. The guy seemed alright, seemed pretty genuine. Yeah. So I've gone with that for several reasons. I'm doing some 3D stuff. I've always done some 3D stuff, and I've always had like laptops with Quadro stuff in before. Or I've had decent like workstation AMD cards just because they're better, and I'm doing a bit of 3D stuff with the modelling and things like that, and I like to play around. I used to play around with the Unreal Engine, which you know, be nice to do a bit of that. So I wanted a workstation card really for several different reasons. Those are just some of them. So that's what I've got. I've got an RTX 4000 card. I'll talk about the power supply in a minute. I've gone for a Ryzen 3600X. It's kind of the best in terms of processing power and price point. I think this is kind of the best option in that series for now, like especially on a budget build, which is what I really consider this to be. It's not massively budget like, but it's yeah, I can't afford like a 3900X, which is like what the best part of 500, which is like more than twice the price of this. So, and for what I'm doing, I don't need tons and tons of CPU power. I think 6-core 12 threads 3.8 gig is more than enough, with boosts up to 4.4 gig. That is more than enough, and it's like 200 quid. So I think that's a bit of a steal at the moment. So I get that. I know the new Ryzen stuff is coming out, and I've seen it. I didn't want to wait, and that also would lead me on to my choice for the motherboard as well. IPTV streaming, yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, to do the multiple encodes like the Plex transcodes. This card apparently, because I was looking at that, this card apparently will do 27 1080 30p Plex transcodes, 27 of them, without screaming about it. So that's just some of the. It's hard to find specs on what these cards will actually do in terms of transcodes and encodes, because it just says unlimited simultaneous encodes. So you just gotta, kind of push it basically. But I've seen someone say that it's done 27 Plex on a Plex media server thingy. It's done 27 transcodes at 1080 30, which is a freaking lot, like a lot. But it is down on the Nvidia site. This card is down with the NVENC that's on it. It will encode 8K. I don't know how many streams of 8K it will encode, but it will encode 8K. So at least one happily. At what frame? At what frame rate? I don't really know, and I think I heard that it'll do 4 lots of 4K. Maybe that's at 30. It might be at 60. I'm not too sure, but yeah. I saw something like 7. Like I say, there's a few sites. I saw something like 17 1080p 60 transcodes as well. 17 at one time at 60p. That is ridiculous, really. That is absolutely ridiculous for a card. So, but yeah, it's a good card. I think it's going to serve me well. It's a good balance of not too old. Obviously, it's not new, and I've got it at a decent price. So I think it's going to last, 2 or 3 years maybe. It should be all right with that, doing what I want to do. So yeah, cool. Yeah, so Ryzen 5 3600X. I'll talk about the colour and that later. Let's put this over here. I'm going to be talking about this more than building it, aren't I? As usual. I bought this board because I went for the X570. From what I've seen things now that's saying that the older chipsets for Ryzen are actually going to be supported with the new Ryzen processors. But I've got the X570 because I knew it was definitely going to be supported with the new 5000 series. So later down the line, I know this board, I can swap out, because it's the same AM4 socket, I can swap out a 5000 series into this board to upgrade it. So it's kind of future-proofing it a little bit. The X570, I believe, is the newest chipset. It's PCIe Gen 4 as well. Not that any of the new graphics cards on that are PCI Gen 4, which means, I'm sure I can be using it like a lot further down the line, hopefully. Yeah, so that's why I kind of picked this board. Small size, X570. And also, not the main reason, but one of the factors that said this is the board, is that this is the only, as far as I could see, the only mini ITX AMD processor board that has a Thunderbolt on it, which is a big thing really, because there's only one PCIe slot on this, which is the graphics card, so that's taken. If I want to add anything else to it, then I need a decent way to do that, and the best way to be doing that at any speed, if it's an external card or whatever, be it a capture card or something like that or whatever, then the way to do it is Thunderbolt. It's got Thunderbolt 3 on it, which means Thunderbolt 3, 40 gigabits per second. I can get X4 PCIe Gen 3 down that, I think. That's what Thunderbolt 3 is capable of. So yeah, so I can add an external card on with that Thunderbolt 3 connection basically, and still get PCIe Gen 3 4 lanes into this. So that's kind of why I went with this board. Small form factor, Thunderbolt 3, and it's obviously Ryzen, because I'm going with the Ryzen processor. So that's the deal with that. Memory, I'm not too big on memory. I don't really know. I just went for the lowest CL numbers that I could get. The lowest kind of latency is it, the CLs. So 14, it's a CL 14, 15, 15, 35. Yeah, I've never heard of these before, but I got it from Overclockers, along with, what else did I get from there? I think I got the PSU, because it's a certain type of PSU, and it was only available from there. It's an FXL series. That will become relevant in a second when I get the case out, or tell you what the case is. But yeah, it seemed like a good option. They were quite reasonably priced for CL14 as well. Yeah, it was good. I can't remember what the price is. I'll have to put like links in the description or something. I always say that, and I never bother putting links in the description, so I'm going to say it now. If I don't do it, if you really want the links, then just hassle me, and I'll probably put them in. So I apologise for being lazy. I think that's probably what it is. I'm going to have some coffee. Okay, so that's the board. That's the processor. That's the graphics card. I've got a... I'm going to open this, because it's got shiny paper on it and you can't see it. So, I've also got PCIe 4, as is this board. I've got PCIe Gen 4 M.2 NVMe drive. Well, that is one of the other good things about this. It's got a Gen 4. It's got PCIe Gen 4 M.2 slot on it. It does only have one, which I wasn't too happy about, but it's still cool. It's also got obviously got SATA ports on it as well, and it's RAID capable. So if I really wanted another fast drive, I'd just do them get a couple of these in a RAID configuration if I really want those fast speeds. But I'm not really fussed at the moment. This is just a storage thing, really. Oh, what a lovely little case. Let's open it. I left all the unboxing till this video. I genuinely have not opened any of this. I hope it actually works. Like, I might just open it and some of it will be broken, so this whole video is a failure. But I thought I'd genuinely just leave it to open stuff up. Unlock the speed. Oh, yeah. Jesus, that was a really bad impression of someone or something. Yeah, so... See that? Can I see that? I've got another little... I've got another camera here today. Hey, look. Hey. See that? It's probably too dark anyway. Boom. It's Stabrant. I've honestly never heard of them before. Let's put that on. There you go. I've honestly never heard of them before. But 500 gigabyte PCIe 4. decent speeds. I think it's 5,000 megabyte read and 2,500 megabyte write. So it's yeah, making full use of the PCIe M.2 slot on this motherboard. Basically, that is my my plan, obviously. Yeah, so cool. Little booklet, which yeah, I don't know if I need a heatsink for it. It looks like it's got some sort of heat spreader on the top. That looks like a big piece of copper that's stuck to the chip. So I'm going to leave it like that and see what it does. If it starts throttling or anything when I'm testing it, then I'll just put a heatsink on it. Although I have heard some talk of not being able to put a heatsink as the slot is on the back of this board, which means you ain't going to have a lot of room. Depending on the case, there is a gap in my case, which I'll check out in a minute. But right, so cooler, it's got to be a low profile cooler. Strangely enough, this board doesn't have an AMD, doesn't have mounts for the AMD cooler. It's actually an LG 1151, is it, or 1150? It's an Intel. It's got Intel mounts on it for the cooler, even though it's a Ryzen board. So you have to buy an Intel mount, an Intel cooler, or an Intel mount cooler, basically. Strange, but I think it's to do with the layout on the motherboard, from what I could see on some of the stuff I've seen. There's just the AMDs are elongated a little bit more as in terms of the mount, and this is more square, so I think that's why they've gone with it. I'm not overly sure, but I think that, from what I can see, I think that's it. Yeah, little low profile, because the case I've got does need a low profile cooler in it. So there's a little Noctua. What is it? The Noctua. You can get the cream one, but I just went for the black one because it was the same price anyway. NHL9i. Yeah. So I've gone for that. She's a beauty, ain't she? Oh. That's that. I've done the NVMe. I don't even know where I've put that driver. There it is. Yeah. Just a standard SSD. What is this? Is this a 500 or is it a terabyte? I think I got 500 because I was gonna, if I was gonna RAID it. Oh no, it's 500. Yeah, same as the other one. So it's just 500, which is just storage and recording and stuff like that. Because I've been doing a fair amount of heatsink rubber stuff for that SSD. Okay, cool. I'll bear that in mind. I might come asking you questions about it soon. Who knows? We'll see. Yeah. What was I saying about that? I don't know what I was saying about that. Yeah, it's a SSD drive. Yeah, if I'm going to do some recording and stuff, I want to do it on a separate drive. I've been doing a lot of the stuff I've been doing at work recently involves now, because I'm part of the live events industry, corporate events. It involves now doing a lot of coffee. Sorry, having some. It involves a lot of virtual events, and I've been eyeballs deep in a few bits of software, the common ones like Zoom and Teams and stuff like that, but I've been using some software called vMix, and that is something I want to run on this machine, more for my, I might use it to stream with. I've been looking at it and I might use it to stream with. It's pricey, so I don't really want to spend any money, if I'm honest. But it's a 60-day trial, so I'm gonna load that onto it, and I'm just using it for learning purposes at the moment. There's just so much to learn in it. When you scratch through the surface and get into the program, it's like, yeah, it's really decent. So I'm building it like, so that thing will do like multiple records and stuff, and they recommend an SSD drive when you're doing that. So I would have had one anyway. It's just another reason to have it though. So there it is mentioned. Oh, for the hub. Okay. How's that bike going anyway, man? Have you still got the 1500 watt motor bike that I saw in the shop? You still got that? I'll take it. Are you building another one or anything? Are you building anything else? Yeah, so that's kind of it. I've got the case down here. I'm not going to get the case up here until all of this is built, and then you can see it then. I'll tell you what case it is. It's a Silverstone ML08. If you're that interested, before I show it, then just type that into Google and you'll see exactly what it is. It's a mini ITX case. It's quite slim, quite tall. It's almost like a console style case with a handle on the top. So it's also, I wanted it to be a little bit portable. My main reason for that is I'm going to be doing the bike build that I've got going on, the electric bike build that I've got going on. I'm probably going to do it. I'm going to do it in my dad's garage, I think, because I've got no room here. I don't have a garage or anything like that. It's literally in my bedroom at the wall at the moment. So, and I don't think many people are happy about it. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to do it over there. So I want to take the PC over there. So just make it easy, portable, carry. Another good reason for it to be kind of small. And I can just plug it in there, and I can probably stream the build from there, because that's what I said I was going to do for you guys on the forum, and stuff like that, and guys like, and those guys. Oh yeah, I did see that post in the forum. You posted in the forum about that. I mean, I haven't been on there for ages, man. I've been up to my neck in all sorts of like different work and bits and pieces and stuff. So I've like, it's been a bit everywhere really, but yeah, trying to get my mind straight. But I hadn't on one thing is a bit difficult at the moment. Yeah, I had popped in the first time I've been in the forum for like probably about a month, a few days ago. I think you saw my post and answered to it or whatever. In fact, I think you mentioned a mid drive in there. My brain's mush, man. It's mush at the minute. Anyway, yeah. I remember you mentioning it somewhere at some point, definitely. That coffee's good. It's what I need. God, it's hot in this room. 2 computers running and just sweating. I think that's what it is anyway. Anyway, I'm going to put this back in the bag for now, because this is going to be the last thing that goes in. The graphics card is going to be pretty much the last component that I put in this system. So let's bag it up and put it somewhere safe before I trash it. Oh no, I'll put it somewhere safe. I'll put it on the chair over there. So the amount I've sat on, I've got 2 pairs of glasses. I've sat on both of them in the last 2 months because I put them on a chair somewhere and forgot they were there. Well done, Chris. Perfect. Now, right. So that's also coming a little bit later. Well, it's going to be quite soon, I suppose. So is that. These are probably later. I'm thinking I'm going to open this first, because I'm going to plug it in and probably anti-static myself to it. I haven't built a PC for a long old time. Powder coating, nice. Nice. I've joined a slightly bit more off topic. I've joined a manuals, great. Backplate. I suppose it needs to be a particular size or something. I guess that's why. I've joined it's like a little, I don't know, it's not a club. I've got a membership at a place in Hinckley called the Machine Shop. If anyone's heard of it, go and check it out on the internet. It's actually a cool little place. The guy who owns it down there, Bob, he's a really decent guy. It's really sound. I went over there for some TIG welding, a TIG welding lesson, should I say. And he said, like, why don't you come in and just get a... I asked him for some more welding lessons, and he said you might as well come in and just get a membership and have a crack at it yourself, basically, which was a good man for mentioning that, because I could have just spent a month's worth of membership on one lesson when he said just get a membership and come and crack on. So I did, and it's a little machine shop, and he's got like a mill and sandblaster, and he's got MIG welder, TIG welder, he's got a little spray, he's got a powder coating thing, which is why this twigged me onto it. He's got a little powder coating thing there. He's got a spray boot, a little spray booth thing, like little small bits and pieces. He's got like 4, maybe 3 or 4 motorcycle bike ramps, stand things, whatever you call them. Go online anyway, look at it, the machine shop Hinkley. It's really cool. It's like you pay like a monthly membership and you go in, and it's almost kind of like a fair usage policy, so you can go in and use all the welding stuff and the rods and things like that and bits and pieces. And you know, if you're using a lot, he'll ask you to just, you know, maybe make a contribution to stuff or whatever. But it's kind of like, it's kind of feels really easy going and stuff. It's a good place. You pay a membership and you can use all the gear, the mill, you know, the drill presses, the, you know, there's rolling things, pipe benders, all that stuff. It's a really cool little place, man. Might be interesting for some of you people. So I've got a membership down there, and yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. I've got a few things going on at the minute, man. It's a bit. Yes, I possibly could powder coat your frame, but I have no idea in the world how to powder coat anything. Would you trust me powder coating your frame? That's the question you've got to ask yourself, hasn't it? Would you trust me powder coating your frame? I had trouble. I'll let you know that I did have trouble painting the hall stairs and landing at the start of lockdown, and it ended up, I think my missus did most of it. So, you know, you make your decision based on that bit of information there as to whether I should be powder coating your frame or not. Hey, I'll have a go. I'll pay you £50 to borrow your membership. You know what? I think the membership, there's like different levels. There's like a bronze, silver, and a gold or something like that. And I don't know whether the powder coating is included in the lowest one, the bronze, which I think is about 50 quid or something. Don't quote me on his prices, because like it's probably like, I'll say it's something and you'll say, no, it's not that price. What did you turn that for? That's well expensive or whatever. Or I'll probably balls it up. But anyway. Yeah, see, I'm sure it's about 50 quid, and you could probably use the powder coat for a month. If you know how to do it as well, then, jeez, rock on. I'm going to put the cables back in there for a minute because I don't need them until... Yeah, pay an expert. That's a good plan. Just pay an expert, mate. That is a good plan. I don't need the cables until this is done. I'll tell you what I do need. I do need the power cable, don't I? It's just going to go the same as every other one of my streams, isn't it? I'm just going to rabbit most of the flipping time. I'm going to rabbit, and it's going to take me 5 times as long to actually do something. Rabbit, 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 rabbit. Whew, did I say it's warm in here? Yeesh. Toasty. Get off me. Right. So, what I need to do is plug this in. I think I have a plug down the back of it. I'm going to plug this power supply in, and I'm going to like just hook my anti-static band thingy with jobby onto it, or maybe I could plug it in and just touch it every so often, and that would be enough. But I might just do that instead of having that band connected to my arm. And do I need to turn it on? No, I just need to work it down. You tell me, Ass. You tell me what I should be doing. You know this. You fix computers and flipping phones and all that stuff. Am I going to kill this board if I just have this power supply here plugged into the mains and just touch it to anti-static myself every time? Am I going to be okay doing that? A bloke in Rugeley, do it for 50 quid. Get it done. Get it done from the bloke in Rugeley. Don't trust me to do it. This PC case, it's seriously in my way. I'm very conscious that I'm going to knock this tripod with my chair in a minute. I'm hoping that the latency is not too... good to discharge. So just do this basically. Discharge myself doing this before I pick up the sensitive parts. I'm gonna go with that's what you're saying. So. The motherboard. Put that over there. Put it on there. do I need out of here? Yeah, it's been a long time since I've built a PC. The last time I built a PC was about... Do I need the manual? I don't know. What's that tiny little one tiny screw? Ah, that's the M.2 screw, isn't it? I bet. I'll leave the manual in there. That's the antennas for the Wi-Fi. I'll do that later because I'm not going to put Windows on it tonight on stream. I'm literally just going to get it to post probably. I might even get it to post. I might just build it and then just let you know that it's posted. But anyway, Wi-Fi antennas don't need those just yet. SATA cables, we'll need them a bit later on. Here it is, a board. I'll tell you what, I'm going to use that. Use that board box to rest it on. Not really. Should I? Should I? Maybe. Guess so. Touch that. Try and handle it by the big chunky parts anyway. Can. It's been resting on that. Why shouldn't I rest it on that continually? It's been on that in the bag. So I'm just going to keep resting it on that. I think that's a good plan. Here she is. Here she is. Look at the little beggar. Let's try and get that in some sort of focus for you so you can have a decent look at it. I tell you what, it's heavy. It's got some decent blocks of whatever this alloy is or whatever metal it is. I don't know. I guess maybe it's aluminium. I don't know. So there's a fan underneath here, which I think is where the chipset is. And there's a fan on the chipset. PCIe Gen 4 X16 slot for the graphics card. Guess this is, yes, that's USB 3 headers. It's got USB, what is it actually? It's got the Thunderbolt, but it does have USB 2, USB 3.2 and 3.1, and there's headers to do 2 more USB 3.2s, I think, on the front. Yeah, I think so. Strange thing with this card is it's got a DisplayPort input, and I believe that is to output DisplayPort from the graphics card into here so you can have a graphics output from the Thunderbolt. That's what it does. It goes in here and out the Thunderbolt in case you've got a Thunderbolt monitor, I think. I'd be interested to see what I can get into that DisplayPort in though, if it turns up anywhere inside the system and I can do stuff with it, I suppose. Yeah, gigabit Ethernet. I would have liked to have maybe 2.5 on it, but that's no big issue because I've got 3.2 USB, which will do 10 gigabits. I've got USB 3.1, which will do 5 gigabits. So I've got a converter for 2.5 from USB 3 as well. Anyway, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it for the back. 4 USBs. Ethernet, Thunderbolt, the all-important Thunderbolt port, and the headers on the board. Only 2 RAM slots, which is fine. It's what you expect on an ITX from what I've seen. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Like it. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done a PC build, man. That's what I was saying. It's been like, when was the last time I did a PC build? Probably when I used to build PCs for like music production and stuff, and I used to do that, which is like, wow, 99? 2000 maybe is the last time I did a PC build. 2000 maybe. So this is a bit of a, trying to refresh my brain here as well. No manual needed. If you're a man, you won't touch the manual. That's just like, now that there's even if I want to look at the manual now, I'm just going to be reaching for it going, oh God, I can't touch it. I need to read it. They're going to think I'm a complete pussy. I don't need to read the manual. And then it explodes. Right, yeah, so I haven't built PC for a while. I certainly haven't built an AMD PC, so I don't think it's going to be much different. Scariest part is always putting the damn processor in. meh, but you know, handle it gently, I guess, and it should be fine. I'm going to do that first and get it out of the way, I think. Yes, I'm going to do that first because the board's clear of what it needs to be clear of. I'll put the RAM in after, and then I will no, processor, cooler, RAM, get it in the case, then start thinking about that from there, I guess. That's my plan. Put that back over there for a bit. Sorry, I'm leaning over because I'm on the other side of the room from where the screen is with the chat on and stuff, so I'm kind of keep leaning over and looking at it. Break the seal! Yeah, you get your... I was like, oh, nice, I can save a little bit of money. I get a cooler with it. Doesn't fit the board. Doesn't matter that you got a cooler with it. Doesn't fit the board. Forget about it. So I had to spend like 40 quid on that Noctua cooler. I just got it off the list. I know Noctua's decent. I've had them before. I just got that off the list. There it is. Ooh, you even get a little sticker, look, to put on the outside of your case. I remember when they used to say Pentium inside, Pentium 3. Yeah, that's how old I am. Nice. Yeah, so, and there's a list of recommended coolers on the sites for this motherboard, and that's where I just got that Noctua from that list. Yeah, basically. Don't know why I'm opening this, but I just want to have a look anyway. See what. Look at what you could have won. Is that already got thermal paste on it then? Is that what that is? It's already pasted up. See that? It's like a little grey patch. It's almost. It looks like a thermal pad or something. Looks decent as well. It's probably decent enough for what I want to do. I'm not going to be gaming on it or anything, so. Well, I don't think so. I have no plans to be gaming on it. No plans at all. Question is, what plans do I have? I'll tell you what plans I have. I've got a lot of different things going on at the minute. And I've took this out of the box and I can't get it back in. I knew that was going to happen. I knew I would take it out of the box and it wouldn't go back in. It's the same as every... This is why I didn't unbox it before, because I go like, I haven't unboxed it. These just come like this, all crappily packed, because I'd never get them back in a box. Yeah, I'm rebuilding an old 3D printer. I've got an old ANET A8, which has been sitting under my desk gathering dust for ages because I bought the Ender 3. It's been sitting under my desk gathering dust, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to sort that ANET out. So I've bought a load of 2040 alley extrusion for the ANET, and I'm going to do the conversion, what everyone calls the AM8. So I'm going to convert that into an aluminium frame. I've also ordered a piece of aluminium tooling plate to put on the... Gosh, this just doesn't go back in at all. I'm not going to waste my time on that. Aluminium tooling plate to do my own heated bed, and I've bought a silicon pad for the bottom of it. So I'm going to redo the bed on it because it's warped as well. Another one of the reasons I ditched it and bought an Ender 3. But I'm going to redo that... I'm going to redo that AM8, that ANET A8. I'm going to redo it so it's all up and running and pucker. And I've got 2 printers then, and I'm getting it up and running because the other project I'm doing is I am building my own CNC machine, which I am going to stream as well. I've got all the parts for it now. I've got the stepper motors. I've got all the alley frame for it. I just need to... There's a lot of 3D printed parts, and I need to print them all, which is why I wanted 2 printers up and running. So I could do all the small bits on the ANET, and I could do the slightly bigger bits on the Ender, and have 2 running simultaneously. There's one piece that I can't fit on either of those printers, which I might, you know, ask some generous person with a 3D printer with a decent bed size to actually print for me. I just need to find one. Yeah, I'm sure I'll find one. Sure, I'll find one somewhere. someone to print a big piece of big chunk of PLA for me. Yeah, so I'm building a CNC machine. So yeah, that's what I need the printers up and running for. And then I was building the CNC machine because I was going to do some bespoke battery stuff, battery boxes and stuff. So yeah, it's just a long tail, long flip. Tail long. Is that even a phrase or not? Anyway, yeah, it's just a chip RAM cooler. Chip RAM cooler. I don't know what that's related to. It's another reason I'd like to use vMix, that streaming software, for these streams, because I can have people call in. So you can have like callers in the system and that. So you guys, if like you Az or Tony, you could come on and you could just start. I could get you so I can actually hear you and stuff, and you could just badmouth me while I was streaming. I just like that kind of stuff. I suppose that's what it's for. That's what it is. Yeah. Anyway. Right, so I'm going to crack on with sticking the processor in. Seems like quite straight. I'm quite happy that there's no casing or cover for the actual the socket, because I never understand how putting that lever down and the socket pops up after you've put it in. It's like perplexes me. So I'm glad there's nothing there because I can just put it in, which is awesome. But I do need to see how it goes in and if there's a particular way that it goes in, because I have absolutely no idea. I'm going to look at this and I'm hoping that there is some sort of special way. I was being really light-fingered with this earlier, turning it like, oh, I don't want it to drop out, but it's actually fixed together. It's not going to drop out at all. Let's have a look at it before I take it out. There's a gold. I remember there being like a little... There's usually a little dot in the corner of something. AMD looks like they have a little gold triangle in the one corner, which must indicate where that goes on the board. Okay, so the only corner I can see a tiny little triangle in is this corner here. So I'm guessing that this goes in this way around. That is a complete guess. Definitely those four little gaps in where the pins are, and they're orientated with 4 little bits of plastic here. So it's definitely that way around. It's either this or this. There is a triangle in that corner, and it is in this corner. So I'm saying it's this way around. That's what I'm going to go with. These are one of the points I was talking about, as where I just want to get the manual out and just check, But yep, you screwed that up for me, didn't you? $300 by $300 by $400. Yeah, that's probably about the size. That's well beyond what I need. That'd be a perfect size, really. I tell you what, I've got planned as well. I'm thinking about building my own Core XY, using one of those Big Tree Tech boards. Yeah, I'm thinking about building my own Core XY of that sort of size. In fact, I was going to build it 400 by 400 by 500 and build a Core XY. And I was also thinking about building a Core XY inside an enclosure. And I've been looking at doing stuff like trying to get it up to like a fully heated enclosure up to 100 degrees to do polycarbonate. But that is a little bit beyond the scope of my ability at the moment, and it is a bit of a pipe dream, but I'm sure I could make it become a reality at some point. Yeah, I am gonna have a go at a Core XY at some point. Definitely, I'm gonna build my own Core XY. So here we go. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little triangle in this corner. You probably can't see it. Oh, can you see it in there? I don't know. Does it matter? Probably not. Trust me, there's a triangle in that corner. I'm going to put it this way around. Oh, always amazing, these little things, isn't it? It's just crazy. Right. Oh, didn't touch that, did I? Have now. Oh God, I hate putting these things on. Really do. Oh, that seemed to drop in quite nicely. Oh, I need to pull that lever out, don't I? I bet. Let's take it off. What's the deal with that then? This is it. Don't get scared now. That sat better. That did sit better. It was raised up a little bit before. Does it actually do anything? Oh no, it does. Oh, it's in there. That's it then, I guess. Boom. Shanker. Did feel it. It did feel like it was just sitting on springs almost before, but now I did the whole lever thing. That has tightened it down. That's pinched the pins in because that is sitting properly. I felt it seat properly as well. Yeah, it's flush with the actual socket. That's cool. That is fine. Question now is, how much thermal paste do I put on this thing? Don't want to overdo it, but you know, I don't want to underdo it either, I suppose. So, oh, I will send you the STL file, most definitely. You're a good man. I honestly hadn't thought of it until you came on stream. I wasn't thinking, oh, I'll get asked to do it, but when you came on stream and we started mentioning it, I was thinking, okay, this is probably a good option, most definitely. And if you're happy to do it, mate, I'm happy to pay you to do it as well, obviously. So that'd be cool. That would be cool. Oh, I'm going to need to search for myself on YouTube. What am I called? Oh, right. Oh, look, there he is live. Turn the sound down. Cool. That is a good plan. As looking now, just see. Streaming novice compared to streaming professional. Me being the novice, clearly. That's good, man. Just clamp that against my printer and I can see the chat. Yes, love it. Okay, so here it is. What's the deal with these? I don't know. These little screws, they must be for something. What's that? A little washer for that? A plastic washer. Okay. Screws, yeah. Screws, good. Screws is good. Not to a thermal paste. Which one do I use? Because I've got some Arctic something or other thermal paste up there. Have I? Yes. Yes, I have. I don't know which one was better. Are they better? Are they all just the same thing? To be honest, I don't know how long. I can't remember how long this has been open. I reseated the last processor in the MX4. MX4, or the Noctua that comes with the. It's not going to make a difference. This is older. I'm just going to use this one. I'm not sure how good that is, to be honest. Put some like caked up crap, dried up rubbish thermal paste on it and just be disappointed after. I'm not going to do that. Okay, so let's think about positioning with fan and stuff. I'll move this chair a little bit and try and have a look in here. Let's put it down for a second. That is for the CPU power. Then I wonder which one is the CPU fan. That's the question. Does it say on the board? Fan 1. Hmm. Right, okay. I'm going to look at the manual. Failed, haven't I? I think it's one. It's definitely one of these two. I don't know which one it is, though. It's not definitely. So sure, are you? No, not at all. The quick guide will tell me. There you go. I'm not even reading the manual. I'm reading the quick guide. It's not a manual. It's just a guide. Like someone in the night with a torch. Just a guide. Oh. Boom Shanker. Software setup. No, not yet. Ooh, it's got a CD with it. Excellent. Get that out later. Definitely get that out later. CD. What colour do I need? You know what, mate? I don't think it really matters, to be honest. Whatever you've got. I ain't going to tell you I need some fancy colour and you go out and buy it or something, you know what I mean? Whatever you've got, PLA-wise. Yeah. Whatever you've got. I'll go with whatever you got. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, you get a lovely ASRock postcard. You've got a postcard with it. Like you're going to send someone a postcard with Phantom Gaming on it. Hi, just on holiday. Thought I'd send you this postcard with a lovely view of nothing much, I guess. The RGB. Oh, that's an RGB header up there. There's no RGB in this build, by the way. Absolutely none. Do you know what? I say that, but I think there's actually some RGB lights on the board. You're not going to be able to see them anyway because there's no fancy glass on the case or anything like that. It's not that kind of build, you see. I don't want people walking in here going, wow, must be good. It's got lights on it. Not really bothered, you know. Oh, come on, just tell me where the flipping... That's French. Although I'm fluent in French, I'd rather just read the English for now. Look at the thermal numbers. Wow, now you're starting to confuse me. I think you're having me on. You're taking the mick, ain't you? Oh, can't say that, sorry. You're taking the piss, ain't you? I'll just say it. You're making it up. Trying to make me look stupid. It's working, by the way. CPU fan connector. That's what I want. Where is it? If you plan to connect to 3, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Just tell me where it is. Onboard headers. See, they all look the same. Why wouldn't you just tell me where it is on the board? Okay. Give me the diagram. That's mad. It doesn't actually say where it is. It just says that there is one. There's one on there, definitely. See page 1, number 9. Ah, my bad. Oh wow, it's all the way over there. I was completely wrong. It is this one. It's this one down here. Okay. Leave that out because I'm going to need it again, aren't I? There's no point lying to myself saying I'm not going to need it again when I'm going to. When I'm most definitely going to need it again. So that goes in there. I'm thinking about having a cable that side because it comes over there, and get rid of some of the slack by doing that. Don't think that's going to make a difference. And then pop that onto there. That takes it the slacks. If I have it round here, there's loads of cables loose. I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do. It's going to go that way. Yes, I'm good with that. I'm happy with that. Okay, so how does this mount? Guessing the screws just go straight through the back of the board into this, don't they? That's just a bracing thing by the looks of it. There's no other screws or clips or bits and pieces at all in it, I don't think. Let's have a look. Let's have a good thorough look. There's a bag here with long screws. Well, what the hell they are for, I don't know. I don't think they're not for anything I need. You can go down there. There you go, look, see, simple. 4 screws on the back where the plate is. That's what it says. Screw them down. You're done. Put a small dot. Small drop, 5mm in diameter, onto the centre of the heat spreader. The muck spreader. Right, okay. Yeah, I might do that. I might just put a bit more on. Should I put a bit more on? Is that a good thing to do? Is that sensible? Not following the... No, seriously, look at the thermal numbers. There are no thermal numbers on this paste. Or you mean thermal numbers on the... Right, okay. I'm using this one because I prefer brown to blue. That's... I think brown means, you know, it's much better. Obviously, quite clearly. I think I'm going to just put a little stripe down it. I'm going to draw on it. I'm going to draw a smile. I'm going to go for the smiley face. Thermal heat, thermal compound application. Smiley face. Come on, let's just get it on, shall we? Stop fannying about. Is that too much? What do you think? The farmer look, spread it a little bit down. Kind of try and even it out. I think it's going to be fine, that. I think it's just going to go either way. I'm going to put a little bit more on this end. It seems a bit thin. A bit light on that. That's enough. That's enough. It's fine. If it starts to throttle, I'll know I've done it wrong. I'll take it off. I'll clean it. I'll put more on. It's good. I think we're good. So I always hate this part because not only have I got to get this on, I've got to avoid all the components, not break anything. Wish there's a way you could like just happily test for this. I'm going to pull this plastic off first. Before I forget. I'm going to do this one. Would all be in bits, wouldn't it? Why is it all in bits? No, not on that bit. No, not on that bit. So. Make it like a little spring. Okay. See what you're saying. That sounds like it's for the Confidence CPU installer, which is not me currently. This thing fits in it. It doesn't feel like it fits in here. It feels like it massively does not fit in here. Do you know what? I don't think it fits. I think it fouls the I think it fouls this here. I don't think it fits. It doesn't fit. Hmm. What does it drop down on and just touch onto it? Is that a good thing, that touching onto that though? There's a good chance that it doesn't drop down onto there, though, isn't it? I'm just going to double check. I'm just going to double check that I've read that right and that colour is good for this board. It's a... Must be in my saved pages. I've looked at this thing so many freaking times. I know it's got a list of confirmed coolers that work with this board, and I'm sure this is on list, and I'm sure I double checked it, but hey ho, let's find out. I may just be putting this back in the box and cleaning the paste off it. Hold the line, please, caller. Hold the line. Did you like my opening video? It seemed like really like I knew what I was doing and stuff this time round. I thought so. I need like a holding thing that says be right back, don't I? That's what I need now. CPU cooler support list. Cooler compatibility list. There we go. Yeah, NHL9i. That's exactly what it says. NHL9i. That is what I've got. I knew it was fine. It must just clear it. I guess it just clears it. It feels like it's going to foul it, but you also like to put dots all over it. Okay. Okay. Well, you got me thinking whether I should put some dots on it now as well. Oh man, I'm going to put some dots on it then as well. Oh, yeah, there's a dot there. Very little though. Very little. Look, little one there. Little one there. Little one there. I think we're good with that. I think that's cool. I trust what you say, Az. Trust what you say. So if I can get this out of the way. So I'm just popping that cable in there just to get that out of the way while I'm installing it, and then I can put it wherever I want. I've already got thermal paste all over the cable, which is fine. It's not an issue. I just don't want to get it all over the motherboard as well, do I? I'm just going to drop it in. See what I do need. I'm going to need a screwdriver to put these bloody screws in. Tighten them up. I'm going to get them finger tight first. Just going from the bottom. Get a couple in. Get a finger tight. Go from there, I think. Seems to be fitting quite nicely. I don't want to tip it up without... You probably can't see what I'm doing. I apologise for that, but that's the way it is currently. So many tiny little components on this, you just don't want to touch anything or foul anything. Obviously. Probably better off just turning it over, to be honest, but I don't want to do that until I've got like a couple of screws in it. Wow, this is freaking awkward as hell. Do you know what? I'm going to be a little less, less. I'm going to be a bit more assertive with this board. Nip it, put the screws in it, and stop messing around. I'm not worried so much. I'm just handling it like it's a piece of like, I don't know. I don't think there's any need to handle it like that. It's perfectly fine to just not being a complete idiot. Finger tight. See, there's the PCIe, the M.2 slot, sorry. Let's flip it, see where we're at. Okay, it looks good. Don't think it's foul in that. I need to hold it up to the light. Give me 2 seconds. Ow. There's like a mil of clearance underneath that. That's crazy. Let's just make sure it's sitting nice and square. It's going to be where it's going to be with those screws in it, I think, anyway, so that's fine. Grab a screwdriver, tighten the beggar up. Oh, this will probably be biggest one out of here is probably going to be big enough, actually. That one right there is probably going to be okay. That is why I bought the screwdriver kit for the desk. I always remember doing them corner to corner previously. Try and evenly tighten it up. Don't flick it over the board like that and bash it. You're going to break something, Chris. Attacking it with a flipping screwdriver. It's not good. So I think that's all good. I think that is sweet. I think it's happy. I think it's happy. Is it happy? Who knows if it's happy? I don't know. I was hoping that was going to go down the side of there, but I don't think there's enough room for that to happen, so it is going to have to just kind of spin around and plug in. So. We'll have a think about that one later. As long as it's not touching the fan, I don't really care, to be honest. Not great, is it though, that? Anyway, it's done. It's done. That's that in. Let's get the RAM in. Hopefully the RAM clears that cooler as well. Oh, is it only the one side that clips? It used to be both sides. See, that's how long it's been since I've done it. It used to be both sides that clipped out of it. Maybe some of them do. I don't know. The holes line up. Yeah, it's all good. The holes do line up. That question probably came a while ago. But yeah, they do line up. It's all good. So it is an Intel. It is an Intel cooler, that. But that's what it specifies, not an AMD cooler. It's RAM. Boom. God. When I last put RAM in a system, they didn't have heat sinks on RAM. That type of thing did not exist the last time I did this. And now it's clearly a thing. Look at those beastly things. Wow. So, only one way they can go in, and it's that way. Just the fear of God in you when you're just pushing these things, that's got to go down, definitely. Sounded like a lot of force, but I wasn't forcing it that much, honestly. There we go. Oh, that was satisfying. It's very satisfying, the size of this damn thing. That's what's satisfying about it. Okay, so what have I got to do next? I need to put the M.2 drive in. Am I going to do that now, or am I going to do that after? Because I know there's a hole in the back. I don't know where these screws go then. I don't know what that's for. These screws for the cooler. It fits as is, so I'm just going to say that that's all good as is, I suppose. Get a sticker with every single different bit of stuff. Don't really want stickers. I'm not too fussed, if I'm honest. There's the motherboard screws. I'm going to need them shortly. SATA can stay with that. That can go forward because that's going in first. Power supply will go in after the board is in, and I've done some cable management, I think. Right, let's see. Okay, so I think we can probably put the drive in. Where did I put that little screw? That's for the M.2. Put that drive in, and then get the case out. I'll show you the case. 9 minutes ago. Question was 9 minutes ago, and I'm betting that reply saying the question was 9 minutes ago was actually about 10 minutes ago, so that's fine. Yeah, the holes line up anyway, yeah. Sorry about the delay. Okay, so... yeah, so it's got like a right-angled graphics card adapter in the case, because the graphics card is actually in a different section to the motherboard. The way this case works, they're like vertically stacked. So imagine it lying down, it's there, and then there's the graphics card compartment is in the bottom, but on the other side, and there's just a connector that goes through, basically. That's like an angled connector. But yeah, you'll see it in a minute. I'll show it to you. You'll see it. You just have to wait. Okay. Take this out and get it installed. Now I need to look at it, but I'm hoping that there's these things go in like at an angle, don't they? I've put one of these in my yeah, look, RGB. There is RGB on the bottom of it. I knew there was some somewhere. Yeah, I have put these. I've fitted one of these in my my Latte Panda. So I just need to double check that I'm doing it properly. That lands on the screw hole, then I'm good, I'm sure. Ah, okay. Now that's fine. That's better. That in. Screw goes in too, obviously. Hold it down. There it is. And there it was, done. Not completely done, obviously, but I think it's going to be fine sitting on top of that for the moment. I'll just put a bit of padding with that M.2 just to make sure it's not under too much stress. Let's get rid of this. Need a screwdriver. Don't need that. Don't need that. Okay, that's the side. That's done. They're going in soon. They can stay in there. Or even in there. That's what I bought it out for. I either need them or I won't. Either way, they're in there. Right, okay. Now I'll put this over here somewhere and get the case out. We'll have a look. Yeah. Again, I haven't opened it, so I'm hoping it's all intact and there, and all the parts are there and stuff, which I'm sure they are. Very rare you're going to buy something like this and they'll be missing stuff. Oh, then I guess. Oh, it's very light. Don't bash anything. Don't bash anything. Get outside. Wait, I've run out of room. Hang on. Okay. Interesting. Which side is the side? It'll be that one then. Yeah, it's the IO panel is down that way. It's that way around. That comes off slides there. Let's get that out there. Yeah, you can see the vertical slot for the graphics card there. Two vertical slots. The graphics card sits in there, at a right angle to the board, sitting down here, basically. The whole thing come off. There's another screw down here. It's like two L-shaped, like the actual. Need a screwdriver with a decent handle on it. That's what I need. I'm going to get one. Oh god, it's in this box underneath all this aluminium. Yeah, maybe. Don't worry, that didn't land on my toe. I'm okay. A bit big. Oh, just you need a bit of purchase. Bit of purchase on it. Lovely. Now, there we go. That's the one. Right, don't stand on that because it won't be good with it. Box with bits, by the looks of it. Cables for USB headers and stuff. Oh, that comes out and goes into the power supply. I remember that in the video I saw, which is all good. This is for, which is that. That is the power cord that drops down all the way. Okay. So we have USBs, I guess. Power switch, power LED, hard drive LED. Put all them to one side for now. We also have that, I'm guessing, is the USB 3 header, and that is the audio header for the front panel. Yeah, that's for the audio. That one is for the reset switch. Okay. Get all them over there. Power supply, motherboard. It's for the set to drive. Question is, where does that slip out? Ah, it just swings up. I wasn't looking to see that. Just swings up so you can slide a drive into it. Put down a couple of clips. There's 2 of them. Good. Like I say, might get the second one and put this in a RAID. Don't know exactly. That might be for a bigger drive by the looks of it, maybe. Oh no, is that for the? Let's have a look at these graphics card bits. That's what we need to do, isn't it? We need to have a look and see what the deal is with this graphics card adapter. See what's in this little box. There's some feet, so it can stand on end. It can go on its side, whatever you want it to do. There's the graphics card adapter. I don't think I'm going to break this because it's literally just a right angle adapter, but still. Okay. So that obviously plugs into the board like so. And then graphics card adapter is in here because this underneath this section is where the graphics card sits. Yeah, so that's cool. Seems like a quite straightforward setup, to be honest. Just a right angle bracket. Bish bosh bash. All good. So that can stay there for now. Some cable ties, always useful. Some bits of plastic. I have no idea where they go, so probably going to have to look at the manual anyway. Rubber feet, if you do want a light on its side, that is cool. Okay. And these are probably, I guess these are motherboard screws as well, are they? Oh, there's another. So that graphics card adapter is in 2 parts then, by the looks of that. That's another piece of the puzzle. I'm going to put these in. Take these out actually, because I want to know what those plastic bits are for. No idea. And it's got rubber inside, like it grabs something. That might be to grip the graphics card, maybe. It's got a screw on the back, so it adjusts in width as well. So it slides out. Yeah, that might be to do with the graphics card to grab it. That may be the same thing as well. All stuff to do with the graphics card for stability, getting, and some cable ties as well. So okay, we'll leave that back here for now. Yeah, cool. Stick the lid on the knife before I slice the finger open, which is absolutely going to happen if I leave it there. So what I want to figure out is if I need, if there needs to be some cable management going on underneath the motherboard before I drop it in. That's what I want to know. Don't want to put the power supply in before the motherboard, if I'm honest. I do want to work out how that goes in there. I'm going to do that now. Somewhere in there. It's interesting. Does it just sit on there? That's not what it does. Okay, that's just a that's literally just for it to sit on there. Against the back like that. Okay, so that's nice. It's a nice little. Well, you can see the size of it compared to my hand, but 500 watt. I think it's 100 and is it 120 mil fan? I think it's 120 mil fan. I don't. Yeah, here's the specs. Look, read them. Can you read them? Probably not. 500 amps, 40 amps on a 12-volt rail. According to that, plus 5 volts, 20 amps, plus 3.3, 20 amps. All good. Cool. So I guess it goes that way around. Question is, do I need that faceplate that they gave me with it? No, I don't. That just sits straight in there directly and does not require the faceplate. Plug it back in. I know what to do with it is. Cables are this side, so I've got to route them this way. Fine. This seems like a lot of cable to hide in this tiny little case, but it's down here somewhere is going to work best, depending on where those headers are. I'm going to take the other side and get this to just a shell, basically. That's the best plan. Just open it up. Bends right around. A few screws on that one. Goes right around the bottom like a U shape underneath. I thought it was the same as the other one, which was just in kind of an L shape, but yeah. That's the side where the graphics card is. I think they're both the same by the looks of it, but there may be some slight differences, so I'll try not to get those mixed up at all. There's this, if you can see that on there. There's the slot for that right angle graphics card. Adapter goes through there into here. So that adapter comes through here basically. And the graphics card sits into there in the plate. It's only a single slot card as well, so You know what I did think there would be? Thought there might be some kind of foam in here to. Oh, there's a fine mesh, like a dust filter. I was thinking that there is a fine mesh in there. To be fair, probably can't see it on there, but there is a. There is a fine mesh in there. Stop that dust getting in. That's good. I was hoping there was something in there because it looked like it was just clear. Okay, so there's no risers as such for this board. I'm guessing it's just straight in. Question is, what needs to get plugged into it and from where? That is the question. So, got 24-pin power for the motherboard here. So if that's in there, it's going to go in there like that. And the board graphics card slot is there. 24-pin. It's that way around. Sorry, I'm looking at it while it's just down here next to me. That's there. The 24-pin socket is on this back side here, right where this power cable is, so there. So that's not an issue. I don't have to do much with that. That's going to be kind of just around here somewhere. Doesn't have to go under the board, which is what I want to try and find out at the moment. So that doesn't need any management under the board. Then we have the 8-pin, which I believe these are usually marked up, but there's no markings on these anyway. It just doesn't matter. 8-pin, which I think is for the PCIe, which is coming around here off the power supply, and it's going straight in that hole there and through to where the graphics card is, so that doesn't need any management under the board either. SATA is coming from SATA for the hard drive on top here. It's coming straight from the board and it will go up and on the top, so that doesn't need any management. This is the CPU power by the looks, or is it? No, or is this the CPU? It's down here. PCIe is the blue one. Okay. ITX. Okay, so that's the CPU. That's probably the one that's going to need it. But so that's the one for the graphics card. Goes through. This is actually, that's for fans and stuff. There are no case fans with this. It's quite an open design on the side. I'm not getting. Yeah, I'm not put. I don't think there's anywhere to put case fans on it, to be honest. I think it is, as is, CPU cooler and power supply fan and the graphics card fan. I don't think there's any case fans in it, really. Might be able to put some in somewhere, but yeah, hadn't planned on it. So that's the CPU. So that's going to go in the bottom there, and that comes to. Now that has to go around the edge here and into this side, into there. So the CPU, so the power's coming out here. Question is this cable long enough to achieve that? That is the question that needs answering, because if it's not, it needs to. This is the one that needs to go under the board. Well, this would be the one. So, where does that go into? So plug that. It's there, against there, up against there. That's right. So that would come in there, and that fits. Oh, that's going to do it. That is. That's going to get down there, I think. It's into that corner by the I/O panel, so I think that's okay. Yeah. I don't need to put anything under the motherboard by the looks of that. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, I don't think I need to do that, so it's all outside. So the board can go in, basically. The board can now go in. Sorry, see you later, Az. You've probably gone already, but see you later, mate. Thanks for popping in. It's always good to have people to chat to while you're doing this stuff. Otherwise, I'd just be, talking to myself, which I do all the time anyway, I suppose. Yeah, I definitely do that all the time. I always do it, in fact. Yeah. I don't like how long that cable is. I'm not keen on how long this cable is to get to here. I'm actually thinking about taking some of that back and hiding it somewhere, maybe. Cable tying it to something. It's only under some clips. Literally do this and just make it so that comes out of there. Much better like that. You know what I mean? Came in and just did that. Much better than what it was. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna. I'm not even is it Allen keyed in? Is Allen keyed in? Connector. There's an IC at the back here, which is what actually connects it. In fact, do I need to use this, or do I just not bother with this cable? Do I not bother with this cable? Which way is it going to stand? It's going to stand like that, I guess, isn't it? If it stands, it's going to stand up. So power plug is going to be on the top. Let's leave it in. If I use it, I use it. If I don't, I'll just open the side up and tuck it in. Let's do it as if I'm going to use it like that. And then I'm just going to get rid of some of this somewhere. Because I'm not using that space for drive bay or anything at the end, so yes, I can just might need a little sticky cable base there, cable tie base, and just tie that to it. Do that now. Cable tie base and a sticky pad for said cable tie sticky base thing. Get a look. Just get that in. Do that bit. Where do I want to put that? I want to do that bit, definitely. I don't think anything's going to go at the end there, I really don't. I can pull this off if needs be. Leave that loose for now in case I need to tie anything else to it. That's good, I'm happy with that. That's a better idea, I think. Okay, let's get the motherboard in. Let's break the back of this little build. What I want to be clear of is if there's clearance in the case at the back for the M.2 drive. That is what I will need to be watching here. As you can see, M.2 is on the back, and this is the hole that's at the back. So let's just do a test fit, of which I think that just about clears by the looks of that. got some weight to it. This thing, man, has got some weight to it. So handling it's quite a little bit shaky as to where to handle it. On rises as well, so it should, he says, just looks like it's sitting in the right place. The IO panel looks to be in the right place also. I'm going to lift it up slightly and see if that sits in at all. Does that IO panel come off and go back on after? No, I don't think so. But I could be wrong. No, I don't think it does. I think it just goes in like that. Lovely jubbly. Okay, I think those are for the PCI, like those big ones. I think those are for the case, aren't they? I don't know what those little ones are for. These are going to be motherboard screws, I'm guessing. That is a guess. That is a complete guess. Where did I put the box of motherboards? Paperwork. What do I need to look at what the case manual says? That's for later. Be back in a sec. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Right. Gonna get all these out, I think. And have a nose. Who knows? Nobody knows. Could be them. They look like a different thread size. So what I'm gonna do is just pull that out for a minute. God, it's bloody heavy, that is. I'm gonna pull it out and I'm just gonna try the I think they all fit all the same, it's just the length of them. They fit as well. It just depends on what you've got. They've given you an assortment to combat that exact issue. Go for that one. That one, that one, that one. A for power supply, maybe. Die. That's one, maybe. Let's go with that. I need 4 of them, so I'm going to go with that. Cool. Right. Get back here. It's too late to anti-static myself. I'd already picked the bloody thing up. Just a little too late, eh? These holes are lining up fine. Motherboard. Looks good. Looks good. Let's go with that. I'm going to do the one in the darkest corner first, just to make sure that that's actually lined up. It's going in, so that says yes. Also in. Good sign. Okay, so let's get the power supply in now, because then we can manage the cables around it if we need to. You'll think what needs to happen. So looks good. Happy that that's firmly in. It's all good. Oh, let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that M.2. Oh, look at that. Would you look at that? Can you see it on that one? I can't see it on that one, can you? And if I do that. So that is not an issue. It's not touching at all. So that's decent. It's got clearance for it, and then the actual the grill is at the back of here, which gives it a bit of a airflow into it as well. So that's cool. That's cool. It's surprisingly light over here. Even with that board in it, it feels surprisingly light. That's still good. Can't make my mind up whether that's still okay or not. So obviously you've got a little view of the back of the case there. Oh! I've got the most awful mount for this. Well, it's not even a mount. I don't have a mount for this, that's the problem. Just have it on some clips that I use for soldering. That's the main issue with it. That is the main issue with this thing. It's not on a mount. There's a non-existent mount for it. I totally ballsed up that angle. Maybe. But hey ho. You can have this angle instead. Here you go. What's that say? Yeah, could be useful. I wonder if these are anything to do with power supply and stuff. It's a good question. Don't think so. Power supply seems to go in quite solid anyway. Let's put it in. These ones. The screw's already in the PCIe slot, so it's not for that. That feels right. Does it? A little bit long now. It's slightly too small on them. Maybe I just need little ones like that. They're the ones. They are the ones. Lovely job. Well, that seems pretty reasonable to me. That's okay. That's okay. Let's see. We can't dig out where all these flipping little pins go everywhere. I'm guessing. I don't think it takes a genius to work out that that goes in there, does it? That must be the USB header. It says USB on it. Let's go straight to USB slots. Yep. It's got a little pin on it for which way around it goes as well. God, it's a long old bloody cable though, that, isn't it? For the graphics card, I believe. So that can... Oh, it's got 2 in it as well, which means it's just... Yeah. I'll manage that cable on the other side. It's probably that's decent because I can just let loads of the slack go through there and just wash that in. IDE and SATA is those two. 24 pin in. Is that a good plan? I don't think it's one way around or the other. I think they're both the same by the looks of that. It's that way around, isn't it? Or a satisfying click? There is a satisfying click. Like a satisfying click. That's on the bottom, so we will. That's the. I've got to be honest. My lighting's not great here. For me. It's probably alright for you, but it's not for me. Square on that bottom end, so it goes that way around, I guess. Looks like we're better off putting the 24 pin in first before that graphics cable goes in, before that PCIe cable goes in. It's very tight on space here. W. What does the W mean? It's a wonder whether I should have plugged these in before I screwed that power supply down. But hey ho, it's in now, isn't it? So I have nothing up there. I don't see any reason. So I'll think about that in a bit, I think. It's in. That's the note. Sorry, camera. I'll manage all these cables after they're all plugged in, I think. So this one is for the SATA cables, SATA power for the hard drives, and that goes, that's the piece, that's the CPU. IDE SATA is those two ports there, which I believe there's only one cable for. Okay. So what it's saying is this one is for the SATA drives. The other one is for the fan powers. Drop in there. So if it is, I'll go over the top with that. If not, then I'll go underneath with it. I think I'm going to try and put that. Okay, let's do it that way. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself here now while I'm doing this, trying to figure out the best way to route these bits and pieces. Get it running. He's back. He probably came back about half an hour ago and I just didn't notice. Yeah, no, it's only been 5 minutes. Okay, that's not too bad. Get it running. That was what everyone was screaming when I was putting that bike together. Just bloody plug it in, will ya? What are you doing? I was trying to do it well. Did I manage that? Yeah, I think I managed to do it properly. I think so. God, there's a load of cable in here for not much space. It's got me breaking into a cold sweat. Rounded on the top too. That's what I'm checking. I'm checking the shape of these pins. I guess that's the best thing to do because that's why they're shaped, I'm guessing. More than likely. Why do they split these flipping power connectors like this? Why don't they just put them as one? You know. Make it sensible. Right camera angle you're gonna have to lose for the minute because I need to put this up like this to get it in. Oh my god. Next time I build one, I'm going to pick a case with loads of room in it. Oodles of room is what I'm going to go for next time. When I search for a PC case, I'm going to search oodles of room first. The problem is at the moment I've got no light in it, so I can't actually see what I'm doing. It's a real issue. It's a real issue. Okay, that half is in. Guessing I can just put the other half in alongside it without being concerned about them going in together. That is in. Right, I'm going to need to tidy that up slightly around there. That's fine. That is going to be fine, I think. I'm going to put another cable tie. And put another cable tie base on there. Get that strapped to the wall. It's going to be okay. Anyone who was with me through my e-bike build and doing the battery knows that I'm just far too meticulous for my own good. And it ends up taking me like 5 times as long to do stuff because I'm so meticulous. But I like being meticulous. Little cable tie base in there, look. See? Cable ties here as well. So I don't think there's anything else around there that needs cable tying to that bottom bit. So I'm just going to do this one. Get it done. It's definitely in. It's fine. It's not going to be a tight tie. It's just going to be enough to keep it against that wall and looping round. Happy. I think that's happy. Seems good. Bit flush cuts. Done. I'm just going to wedge that down there if I can. I believe I can. Just do my edit. I'm alright with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that wedging action. This up here, hidden and stuff. Is there a bit under there? There is. Look at that. Get onto there, just the amount that is. I don't think that's a big issue. Seems good. Okay, so I need to find out. Well, that is going to be for some sort of fan, which I don't have. Case fan anyway. Let's see how this hard drive's going to go in now. Let's see how that's going to happen. Remove before installing. Okay. Removed. Consider it removed. Oh my god. I saw a video of someone open one of these the other day, and it's just an empty case that's that size, and at the top end there's kind of like a little board, and the rest of it's just thin air, which is exactly how that feels. Anyway, am I going to put it there? Do the cables stick out of this side or that side? The question to be asked. Or do they go this way? Oh no, it's got the markings there for where the cables go. So it is that one. Fine with that. What I'm not fine with is the amount of cable on this fucking thing. Flipping thing, sorry. Look which way around that goes. Goes that way. That away. We need one of these. There is just boxes and boxes and parts and plastic all over the floor next to me. I can't actually walk anywhere. I could just about get out the door if I wanted to. That is it. Yeah. So what do I want? Straight or right angle? I'm going to go for right angle because I think it's a right angle into the board as well. Maybe I should pop that in first, but yeah. Hey ho. Let's have a quick look at that. What the motherboard manual says about if there's any difference between the ports. I'm guessing there is no difference whatsoever, but we'll have a look anyway. There might be some difference on the speed of those SATA ports. I think they're all 6. I can't be sure, so I'm going to have a look. Here we go. 4 SATA 3 connectors support SATA data cables for internal storage device usage up to 6 gigabits data transfer rate. They are all exactly the bloody same. So therefore, I don't need to worry about that in any other way, do I? I just need to plug it in with what we're saying. So, let's get that in there. See if that goes in there. Does it? Okay, in that case, I'm going to have to get with that right angled one down there, maybe. Under there. Maybe. Maybe. Nope, it doesn't. No, it does not. Guess this is the thing about building in a small case. It's just fighting for room every single stage of this build. So there's a little connector here that's stopping me from dropping this in. I don't know what the reason for having it there is. It says it's that way around, and that's the diagram. Drop that in. that blocks the whole connector, which is absolutely pointless. That can't be the way it goes in. Literally. Yeah, that can't be the way it goes in. So does it go this way? Nope. Look at the way that blocks that. What is the deal with it? Connector for that, isn't it? Perplexing me a little bit, that is. Which one is you? No, it's the same thing. There's actually a thing just covering the port at the end. What is this for? Okay. Why has it got the markings on the other side? And it doesn't actually go in that way. I don't think it goes in that way. Even though it's got the markings saying that the hard drive connectors are this side, there's no way it's going in there. That looks like the option. It's just horrible for cable management, to be honest, but still, what am I going to do? Okay, fair enough. Where are we at? We need one of these. Which one? I might be able to use that right angle one now, actually, looking at that. But I've thrown it somewhere, and I don't know where I've thrown it. So I was like, don't need that, throw it. Now I need it. Where did I put it? Come on. Come on, show yourself. I'll find you. It's just randomly placed in the case. Look, it's right here. Oh my god. No, it's not going to work because the right angle's up that way, so that doesn't work. Here's the other one. It's going to have to be this one. Sorry for the camera angle, but it's kind of out the window at this point. It's not kind of out the window. It is out the window. So what, I need to probably dig out some shorter cables for this stuff. That's not really going to matter, to be honest, that one there. thing. I'm going to take it out and put it underneath there. It's hicky like that. See, there's all those wonderful videos online of people building PCs, and it's all a joy. And they like cut all the camera angles and they edit it all after. And well, to be fair, they're probably better at it than me anyway. But this is the real world of building PCs, just like struggling, squeezing cables in places, going like, oh bloody hell, can't get that in there, can't get my hand in there, oh bloody hell, oh god. This is the truth of it. This is the truth of the matter. Yeah, it's the bloody truth of it. Mind that. Mind that if they're all kind of bunched together like that. I'm alright with that. There's a space saving exercise. Probably try and cable tie all of those together. In fact, I'm going to cut that and do it now just so it holds them in place as well. And if I need to put another cable tie on, I have no issue with it at all. I'll just do it again. I have cable ties. Cable ties I'm not currently short of, so that's not a problem. That keeps those sort of managed for now, even if I do change my mind on it in a minute, which I probably won't. I'll be so glad to bloody finish. Okay, so CPU power is in, motherboard 24-pin power is in, USB 3 header is in, SATA cable for this hard drive is in, power for that hard drive is also in. I have all the power switches, and the audio, the cable for the audio sockets at the front to go in. I think that's it. Oh, and the graphics card, obviously, the other side, which should be, hopefully, when this side's closed up, that should be a straightforward part of it. Graphics card. So, I mean, we'll see, but I'm hoping that is a straightforward part of it. It's not too bad, actually. I'm happy that that is all clear. And there's not much cable stuff going on. Fan for the PSU is on this side anyway, so this gubbins over here doesn't really bother me at all. This is clear of anything, not that it's really going to get toasty or anything else, or needs like massive amounts of airflow or stuff. That's upsetting me already. I'm going to take that out and put that underneath it. That makes me feel better. I might put another cable tie on there. Get that sitting nicely. I'm gonna tighten that up now. Pop that down there. Put just a cable, not even a cable tie base. I might just put a little cable tie around that in a minute. I'm happy with that. That's fine. Don't think any cables have got to go in there. If they do, like I say, I will literally chop the cable tie and put them in. Let's get this round my way so I can find where all the headers are for these bits and pieces. This card cable is still hanging about over there. This is a definite manual read because there's loads of pins everywhere and I don't know what any of these pins do, so I need to dig out where all these headers are for things. USB 1, 2. I need the power switch. Panel 1, is that what that is? Speakers 1. HD audio is next to the PCIe, so that's this one down here. Right down in here, you probably can't see it. You definitely can't see it, but it is down in there. That's the HD audio one. So I'm going to put that in now while it's here. I'm going to go straight across, I think. Or should I at least thread it underneath those and in between the power? That's going near away. Let's get that in there. Actually, you know what? Instead of come straight across there, why don't we try and go around this way? Maybe. That's going to fit. Pin is blinked out. We'll see in a minute anyway. Okay, audio's on. Look at that. We'll do something like that. Not overly happy about that. I prefer something like that. Therefore, that's what I'm going to do. You know what I'm going to do, don't you? I'm going to take it underneath that. That's what I'm going to do. Take it underneath this plump. Read it with my back. Happy with that option. I don't know what this. I think this is like a 3.2, a 3.5 drive bay, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what this is for, or hopefully it's not for anything important. I have to reroute everything, but I don't think there's anything that goes there, and I'm certainly not putting anything in there that's going to take up that space. I don't think. The only thing I will add to this is a second drive in there, I'm guessing. So that's the only thing I'll add. What's over a bit? Sorry, I keep neglecting camera completely, but kind of into the thick of it now, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Oh, I'll tell you what, that PCIe adapter has got to go in there as well, hasn't it? So that's probably an issue. In fact, let's get that in now. Let's get that in, because I need to know if that's an issue, don't I, really? Funny that there's no instructions in this box at all in terms of this PCIe slot and how things go in and stuff like that. There's nothing in here at all. Absolutely nothing. Now, my guess is that just goes straight in there, but this may be just an extender for it. If it's a little bit too short, I'm not sure. Okay. So that right angle plug might be an issue. So let's unplug that. Let's get that away for now. I'm not going to get that in after, to be honest. Put that clip down. Okay, that felt like it dropped in. Yeah, and that clips up, so that's actually good. Okay, so we're good with that. Let's see if I can get this cable in now. Now that I've put that in, yeah, it's fine. So I ain't got to change that. That's good. Oh, that is a real bugger. That sits right in the way of that audio connector. So how is that meant to work? Does that just come down there? Wow, that's mad. I need my little tool for that thing. Oh, hi John, how you doing? Excellent, good to hear it, mate. I'm glad that it's all going well. That's good news. That's good news. I expected it to be fine, to be honest. I did put some serious time and effort into that bike, if I'm honest. But you know that already from riding it, I'm sure. Yeah. So, thanks for dropping in and giving me the news at least. That's good. It's good to hear, man. Really good to hear. I think Azzy was in chat as well. He's the only one who actually saw it as well, mate, to be honest. I took it to his shop when I was test riding it and stuff. He's the only one who actually saw that bike, apart from yourself, obviously, before it went. Apart from the pictures that I put online, but no one saw that bike in the flesh other than Azzy. And I spent about 2 hours in his shop telling him how fantastic it was, so he probably knows better than anyone how good the build was. Yeah. Well, in fact, you know better than anyone, John, how good that build was. It was that good, thanks to guys like Azzy as well, who helps me out with all those questions. You were honoured. Of course you were. Of course you were. It's always an honour if I turn up, whether I've got a bike or not. It's just an honour, isn't it? I'm joking, obviously. I'm joking. Excellent, John. It's good news. Yeah, that is good news, mate. I'm glad it is all going well. It put a smile on my face the few times that I rode it, to be honest. I did enjoy riding that bike. It was great. But the plan was always to let it go, so I couldn't stop that from happening in the end. So yeah, I'm glad that's good, mate. Excellent news. Excellent. I'm still up for building another one if you do want the second one. Obviously, that's entirely up to you, but just let me know anytime, mate. Even if it's next year, you want to wait till next year now or something or whatever. You've got my contact details. Just let me know. I'll sort it out. I seem to have stacked myself up with more jobs than I've got time for the rest of the year, if I'm perfectly honest with you, but I would put that aside if you wanted something building. So I'm reading the manual again. I'm looking for where these all the power headers and stuff go. Or power headers are, switches and stuff like that. RGB header. Don't need that. I think it's this one here. I think it's number 17, and I'm going to have a little search for it because it's going to tell me which ones are which on it, I guess. I don't want German, even though I speak fluent German. USB 2 header. Don't need that either. I'll probably never ever need that. That's like having an IDE connector on your motherboard, I think, isn't it now? No worries, John. Yeah, you just let me know, mate. No problem. Well, you know now about the water resistance, has he? Did it hold up to it or what? That's one thing I was really meticulous with on that bike that you bought, John. On that bike is I was just thought every step of the way about the water resistance and putting seals on all those connectors going in and building that gasket on the box and stuff. Is there a COM port? Oh god. There's apparently a dummy socket. I think that's my socket of choice, the dummy socket. Oh, here we go. System panel header. Power button. This is my kind of stuff. Here we go. Here we go. Reset power button. Oh, this is what? HD LED. HD LED. Plus minus. Okay, okay. Where is this thing? Where is it? Number 14. Number 14. 14, there it is. I gotcha. Oh god, it's in the darkness down there amongst everything else. Brilliant. God, that can't be it, surely. It's two of them. One of them is that. That's speaker. God knows what that is. CPU fan, which I've already plugged into. So it's this one. In that case, isn't it? It's just that way around, like that. It's like that. And it's the second one. It's this one here, I believe. Let me just double check that. It's the one closest to the RAM slot. That's a double. Yes, that's right. Absolutely right. That is also good news, John. Glad to hear that. Taking apart the hub, that'd scare me to death, but that clearly doesn't bother you in the slightest, has it? I know it doesn't anyway, so. Yeah, when I saw Tony taking apart hubs and stuff, and I was just like, oh god, I hope I don't have to get into that. Don't get me wrong, I'd have a go at it, I'd do it, but I wouldn't want to. I would not want to. Reset. That's power switch. That's not reset, that's power switch. Reset switch. Minus, plus. Reset ground is at the top. Why did I put them backwards? Ground's at the top on one and then at the bottom on the other. It's just asking for trouble. Asking for it. Power switch is next. And the power switch is ground on the bottom. So that way around. Power LED. PLED, which is flipping out. That's just like, that's left to right, not even up and down. These are just weird. I'm going to put that in after because I can't get to the other one otherwise. HDD LED. Plus is at the end, so spin that round. Sorry, you can't see any of this. I am pretty much just talking to myself, but I need to talk to myself as I'm going to get it wrong. And that's the reasoning. Okay, so that's in. So this is the last one, and it's plus minus. Like that. Plus at the end, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, in you go, in you go, it's in. And then I just have to deal with all these cables somehow. Can't put them around there. I am tempted to just undo that USB 3 header, though. No clip on there, is that? I'll just pull it. I'll do what? Or is there a clip on it? I'll just stop being picky and just cable tie it up there, along with those. Is that what I should do? Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should just stop being picky and put that there like that. It's fine. It's fine, I think. be honest, I'll have to just pop in and have a look. When have you got it at the shop? So I'll pop in like, and say hello at the same time and all that malarkey. Pop in, say hello, have a look at the old beast, as it were. So it were. Unplug that. I'm going to put that underneath, put that on top. More cable adjusting, but that's fine. All those are going to get tied to that. That's okay. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I'm happy that all of this is just stuff down here. One thing I'm thinking is that might foul the side of the case, but I think it'll be okay. I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out. So let's see. We'll see on that one. I think this side is done. I'm happy that that is all quite clear. Processor fan, it's all quite clear. There's a lot of, it's not just cluster of cables all horrible and stuff. The RAM is not overly crowded with cables around it and stuff, so there is, it's not all like, I'm happy that that's got room to breathe and stuff. So I'm not going to be hammering this thing anyway, so it's no big shakes, but let's find out if this case goes back on. Let's do that now. It is time. In fact, I'm not putting the side on yet. Putting the side on, there's no point. I need to fix this. I need to fix the graphics card to this, make sure it's happy. I need to screw those in. And if I need to get back to it, it's going to be an issue, isn't it? So let's go around here and have a look. Let's try and get this so you can see it. I believe you can, just about. If I do that, you can probably see it even better. There's the slot for the graphics card. And what I need to do is pop in a couple of screws. I don't think it really matters which screws I pop in. These are all the case screws, aren't they? These are just screws for random stuff. I'm hoping that are the right size for this. Seems like they're not. Okay. Strange. Came with the actual question is what came with the case. I don't think these came with the motherboard. These are just standard motherboard standoff size. Oh no, that one goes in. That's a line-up issue on the other side then in that case, because that one goes in. This is just lined up badly. Needs a little bit of persuasion from to the side. Like so. Now it's in. Now it's in. Hopefully you can see that it's still. 2 screws in there that fix that graphics card slot in. I think this actually drops in here as a riser for that. By the look of it. And that would be said graphics card slot, would it not? Would it not? Okay, let's try and pop it in. Let's have a little go, shall we? See where it exactly needs to go. Put that face down on there. screwed. Take these screws out. So I think it's the first one. Yeah, only the first one that's got to come out. But let's see. Are they separate or is it a double slot thing? No, they are single. Screw here. I'm going to put that in there so I know which one it is. That's a bit crazy, isn't it? Oh, okay. Does this whole piece come out? I think this whole piece comes out. Look at this. Hold on a second. Yeah, have a proper look at this. Anyway, just to get a good idea of what's happening there. Yep, that comes out. And that fits on top. That makes more sense. Because there's room to lift it up and drop it in. The question is, yes, you do need the riser. Is the answer to that question. You do need the riser. Oh, where's the power socket for that? Interesting. Power is on the other side, right against that part. Not forget these little bits we've got here as well, which seem to place somewhere. They place in there, maybe. Hold that. Okay. There again. Okay. I guess. Goes in there. And one of these screws goes in there. Which one? Well, God only knows. God only knows which one. Let's ask him. God only knows. Let's ask him. If he knows, ask him. Okay. I might leave it a couple of weeks, then maybe the end of the month I'll pop up. I'll pop in and say howdy and have a look at your stuff. Sounds like a plan. I'm just off camera just testing which size screw from this motherboard box actually fits in there as a fixing. I think it's that one from what I can see, which is fine. So what happens is, it's going to be difficult because the card's in the way, but still, let's put that over there. You can still see that. This clip goes in here. This clip, right angle, sits on top of the graphics card to hold it in place, and a screw comes in from the other side to fix it. So it's a bit of it's basically just a bit of bracing for it. So the power connector's on the end. Sorry, I didn't see that power connector's on the end of there, so that's not a problem. I was thinking it was on the bottom side, which was going to be an issue because I'd have to push all that cable back through into the other side. Yeah. I'm not into custom PC building, to be honest, John. I'm not at all. I'm just kind of needs must, and I needed to build a PC really, mainly to do with work, like doing some streaming stuff and doing some recording for people and things. So I needed something up to the job really. So I've kind of just got my head into it to try and build something. That's it. I've built stuff previously a long time ago when I did some audio stuff. I did build some custom PCs, all just for me personally really, but yeah, I did build some stuff, and I'm just having another dabble now because needs must, I suppose you'd say. So I am by no means any sort of expert, so don't get that in your mind. But I'm quite comfortable with doing stuff like this, to be honest, even if I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, look at the bike. I didn't know anything about e-bikes like 6 months before I built that bike. But I just sat down hour after hour and just researched it and just found out what I needed to be doing and how to do it and stuff, really. That's what I did. I just put the hours in, as you do with anything, as anyone does. But PC building's quite straightforward, really. People get a bit scared of like just having to handle the components and stuff, and really, because some of it is delicate, they don't want to mess it up or anything, which is fair enough. Also, it's also fair enough. But I think the majority of it's just quite straightforward, yeah. The majority, he says. Not all. Some crazy custom builds online and that. Jack of all, master of none, mate. Jack of all, master of none. It takes a long time to become a master in anything. I spent 5 minutes trying to get that screw in properly and realised that I haven't got the other end of the flipping bracket in properly. No joy. Some PC expert, huh? Jeez. Dear. I had a bit of a mare here with one screw. One screw is causing me all sorts of issues. Hey, it's in. Congratulations, well done. I will agree that I'm quite meticulous. My workmanship is amazing. I mean, that coming from Tony, if that's what he said, then that coming from Tony is a compliment that I'm happy to take, to be honest. Because Tony is probably that bloke has probably forgotten more about e-bikes than I know about them. So I'll take that as a yeah. I'll take that. No, I'll accept that. I'll accept that, definitely. I think the idea of this little bracket is that it sits on a double slot beast of a graphics card, which is something I don't have. So yeah, so I'm trying to see where this little screw goes for this graphic card bit. I've found it. It is screwing in, but not amazingly successfully, which is leading me to not putting it in at all, to be honest. Doesn't seem like the most amazing part of this build. This little clip. It's almost just a kind of a safety thing that might come into effect at some point if you throw it around, I suppose. It's not really... I don't think it's an integral part of this working. If this tightens up, I'll be amazed. It's not tightening up at all. And I'm not surprised, because it is a little bit shoddy, this clip. Seems like a bit of an afterthought, maybe. Anywhere near that. It's nowhere near long enough, that's good. Let's try another one. Let's try another screw, a bigger one. See if we can completely destroy the hole. Wow. This is just tough. This clamp. Absolute tough. Well, he's a good man for saying that, and I appreciate it. I will take that. Okay, I'm going to ditch this silly little graphics card clip because I'm kind of in the mind that it's not going to do anything for me. Yeah, I think I got down a hill. I got about 38 out of it. But I mean, I'm about just under 90 kilos, I guess. I'm about 90 kilos. Yeah. But yeah, I got about 38, I think was the top speed I saw out of it. Probably had a wind behind me as well. You know what I mean? It was that kind of thing. The absolute maximum. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that in there. Let's light it up. Let's have a look at this. Where's this meant to go? This is the question. I don't like this waving around so much, if I'm honest. I don't like this. Can you see this? I mean, there's not a lot of it, but still not I think it's okay, to be honest, looking at it. It's not going anywhere, that. It's not going anywhere, to be fair. What I'm going to do is... This is where all the other side falls out now, because I've put it in properly. Oh no, it didn't. It didn't all fall out. I have done it properly. So there. We'll go for one more cable tie on that PCIe. And we're looking good. Just a little loose one around there just to stop it popping or anything. That's what I'm doing. Oh, I might include that in it as well, actually. Do a little bit of... Because there's two bits on it, so I might just go around both of them. Just stop it. Like that. That little bow. It's like it's tied up for Christmas. Ready for me. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Yeah. Do like the fact that that M.2 slot has got that gap there. Airflow, no pressure, nothing. It's not touching, it's nowhere near, in fact. They're all slightly loose. Don't want to over tighten them anyway. I think that's enough. There's no need to go mad on them things. It's in there. That is it. There's your graphics card. There's the I/O. Spin it over. What have you got? Actually, quite nicely laid out little PC, to be honest. I'm really happy with that. I'm happy with all this cable here. I'm happy with the management. I'm happy that the board has got plenty of airflow around there. Seems good. I was going to turn it on and get it to post, but thanks, John. Appreciate it. Yeah, oh, on the flat without pedaling. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, that's that sounds about right, to be honest. That sounds about right. Like, yeah, 20, top 20s, 30 mile an hour at the most, I suppose. That's with me trying to leather it pedaling and just bombing down a hill full throttle as well. Just everything into it as fast as I could, really. Yeah, that's what me too. I really do like that about this build, because it's so tight. If you start to put, like, you know, the drives and stuff this side and the graphics card this side, I think that's when you start to need case fans in a build like this. At that point, when it's all together, when you talk about splitting the two. So you've got the graphics card completely on one side. Imagine if you had like a 2080 in here or something as well, double width. You know what I mean? It gets quite hot and stuff. It's just nice that they're separated. I do like it. I think that's the nice part about this design, that keeps it from needing a load of case fans as well. So hopefully it's going to be pretty silent. Like I say, this is the handle that goes on top as well. So that's going to be the portability part of it. So it's just a lift up with a handle. Stick it on some feet and stuff, which will probably, yeah, you can have it both ways. It's kind of like it's almost like like you were talking about, like a media server type PC that you'd have by your TV or something. Yeah, it's tidy. I like it. I love the low profile fan as well. That just keeps it all, yeah. I like it. I like the small power supply. The whole thing about the build, it's what I wanted. I wanted it to be compact. I wanted it to be the possibility of it. Well, if it needed to be portable, if I need to grab it and take it somewhere, I can literally just grab it and stick it in the car with me and just go with it. You know what I mean? There's not a load of room for it to run around, like move around when it's moving as well. If I took it like out kind of thing and took it somewhere, so it's, I feel like it's a pretty solid, it's quite a solid build as well, you know what I mean? It's all, yeah, it does feel solid as well. It feels good. I like it. I do like it a lot. I like it a lot. Yeah. Give you a shot of the front as well. So there's just a slot. It's like a console build, really. Do two USB 3s, microphone, headphone. It is like a console build. It really is. It's quite a big freaking console, but you could imagine it'd be decent for a gaming rig as well. I mean, you know, yeah, it would be good. It would be good. Right, what time is it? 20 to 12. I think I'm gonna. Oh, do you want to see the sides on it? You're not fussed, are you? You're not that fussed, are you? I know you're not fussed. I'm gonna put the sides on. I'll put the sides on it. I'll put the sides on it. We'll see it as a finished unit, and I'm gonna call it a night. I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna plug a monitor to it and get it posting and all that sort of stuff. I might do a kind of an update on that or something if you want to see it, like. But this was just mainly like, as usual, I'm here building it, and pop in and see me building it and talk about it and stuff. Really, I suppose that was the whole idea. So I'm gonna unplug power supply for now. Go on, go on. Oh, come on. All right. I've got a monitor on the floor here. Yeah. All right. I'll get it to post at least. I'll get it to post. Come watch it fire up. How's about that? I'll get it to post. Friday night, innit? Post night. Slides over the back. These are the case screws. I've got a screwdriver that's too small and two screwdrivers that are way too big. I do have a decent screwdriver kit in the other room. I'm just reluctant to go out, step out again and get it. I'm managing. I'm managing. I think it's fine. I think that's gone in properly. I don't think that's gone in properly. Where the case actually slides on, I think, and I've just tried to sit it over the top instead of sliding it in. And that's what it is. Yeah, that's right, it does slide in. It doesn't just sit on like I was doing. Is that the graphics card? And this is the graphics card size. Sorry, you can't see some of what I'm doing here, but there's not really a decent angle for me to show you. But I'm literally just putting the screws in on the back of the case anyway. I'm not doing a lot. You might be able to see me doing that there anyway on that little cam. Or I switch that. You can see me doing the bottom one there at least. I'm just doing the same thing all over, so no different. This might be a better shot for you now, actually. Hopefully. Yeah, let's go back to that shot. You can see both, I think, hopefully. So, just drop on. That is a good question. How does that fit on there? That comes out of there. How does that sit within the case? Oh, that's a bit nifty, isn't it? I didn't realise that at all. I didn't realise that at all because that sits. Okay, you can see this. This you can probably see the right angles. This, the cable for the IEC actually sits within the case. That's the idea, I think, because the case just sits over the top of it. So kind of like that. So you don't actually see the power supply at all. Therefore, you have to switch that on, I guess. It has to be on permanently. That looks like. You're gonna have to flip it up just to get this on, and then we're good. Weird that, isn't it? Something going on underneath there, and I'm not quite sure what it is. I'm reluctant to close it up for that reason. Check this out. See the bow in there? It's like something's not sitting right. I think I need to take that off again, to be honest. Which I'm happy to do because I don't want anything to be stressed or breaking up in there. I will just loosen that off and see what's going on. Can't think of what's that side. It's just the back of the motherboard, so I'm just thinking it's like a just a clip in the case that I've neglected to put in properly, like a sliding clip almost. The only thing I can think of, something I've not tucked the case in properly when I've done it. I think you can see that now. Just plug it in. All right, all right, all right. I will just plug it in. You're right, Az. I will just plug it in. Let me take this bit off. No, it's not. I know that something's wrong, so just put it in. See, you say just plug it in, but this is me you're talking to. I can't just plug it in, can I? I've got to just do it properly and just take my time and just faff about and it's a bit fiddly to get this back together. Gotta be honest. Right, look, I'm just gonna put these 3 screws in. I don't care whether it's bowing out or not, and I'll put it and I'll plug it in. Okay. Come on, you know you want to see it with the lid on anyway. Got to be right. All the screws went in first time that time. She's together. She's together. You're right, Az. I'm going to have to take it apart, aren't I? Because I've got to put the handle on it. Right, okay. You should have listened, shouldn't you? Hey, you should have listened. Power button. Oh, there it is. Do it. You got to do it. Yes. Definitely need to stream the flight build. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you do that? Give me a reason why not to. Exactly. Exactly. Let me see. Right there. In that bit there. Oh, the little pop. See lights. You see lights too, don't you? You see lights? I see lights. Okay. Let's put this on the floor. I need to put a monitor somewhere where you can see it posting. I don't know. How am I going to do this? Oh god, I can see the RGB going on inside. Oh, it's making me feel sick. I don't mind RGB, I'm only joking. I just don't like loads of it and spinny fans and all that madness, do you know what I mean? I'm not... It's not my bag. I'm like more of a dark stealth kind of person. Okay, that side's dangerous. I've got loads of things plugged in and I don't know which one's running the stream, so I won't unplug any of that. I'll go this side instead. I will lift the screen up so you can see the post. These are all display ports, which I have bought more of these. No, more of these, some of these. Display ports are HDMI. Stand by. Stand by, it's coming. HDMI cable. Here's one. Here's one I made earlier. I'm getting a keyboard. Hang on a sec. I do strangely have lots of keyboards lying around. Make this happen. The screen was built for like, I think that's the power button at the top, isn't it? Smash the delete key. Smash the delete key. Post. Come on, post. Oh, I missed it. No, still trying. Okay. And it's no good. Put it this side. Okay, it looks like it's trying to do something. I'm monitoring. Oh. Maybe it's a different key. Reboot and select. The restart button is at the bottom. You're worried. Don't worry. It's either that or F11 or F12 or something like that. I don't know what the smash all of them. Find out what's going on. Hey! Boot device at least. Well, it's picking up both the hard drives. Enter setup. I want to enter setup. How do I do that? You need a mouse, you clown. Hey, give me a second. We're on to something here, boys. We're on to something here. Oh yeah, we golden. What we got? 240. I want to run these at 3600, ideally. That's the sweet spot for Ryzen, apparently. Processor speed 38, yes, blah blah. That's all good. At least we're posting. Overclock mode, bus speed, blah blah. I need to have a read of all of this. It's been a while since I've done this stuff. There it is anyway. It's posted. We're rocking. Overclocking, yes. No, I'm probably not going to overclock it. I'll probably do it a little bit. I won't go over 4 gigahertz, to be honest. I won't do that. Yeah, definitely have to have a read of this. Load of DRAM profile, DRAM frequency. So yeah, that's where I want to be running it down here at 3600 really. Ideally. Boom! I'm going to do it. I don't know if you have to push the voltage on these if you're overclocking them or whatever. I'll see what it is anyway. I wasn't planning on another video, John, to be honest. I wasn't planning on that. Maybe I'll do another video when it's up and running as the stream machine. Maybe I'll do another video of it up and running or something. But I don't think there's much else to do on it really. I suppose there's the BIOS config light, but there's probably not going to be a lot of that going on anyway. To be honest, it was more the build really. Unless you want to see something in particular, I'm happy to do something like, you know, but CPU fan setting, standard mode, performance, full speed. I wonder what it sounds like at full speed. Wow, that's still quite silent. I've got noise suppression on my mic, so you probably can't hear that anyway, but that is at full speed. I'd be happy to run that at full speed, to be honest. Yeah, I'd be happy to run that at full speed. That doesn't performance mode. I'll probably do a custom curve on the fan anyway, just to so it's running properly. £60, motherboard temperature 38, SB, is that 60 degrees? Don't know what that is. I'll have to have a look at some of this. 266 RPM, CPU fan. Yeah, so what if I put it in full speed? What does it go up to then? $2,500 thereabouts. Cool. Well, I'm going to call it a night, guys. I'm going to have a little sit down and a relax before I get some sleep, I think. Thanks for coming in, man. Really appreciate it. It's been good. Yeah. More stuff coming up. We're going to be doing that bike build. I've got 2 different battery builds to do. One 48 volt that I'm just building to sell on, and one 36 volt, which is for the ladies' bike that I'm building, and I'll actually do the ladies' bike build as well. I'm building this CNC, so I'll be doing live streaming of me building that CNC as well, and doing some stuff when I actually get it up and running and cutting stuff as well. That'd be good. Yeah, so stuff on the cards, and yeah, leave it till the end of the month, Az, and I'll drop in and see you if that's cool. I'll drop you a message, man, and see what's happening, and I'll as long as we're not locked down again, I'll come and see you. Take care, John. Take care on that bike. Drive safe, you know what I mean? Take it easy. And yeah, have a good one, guys. I'll see you again. Take it easy. Bye-bye.